Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another pen here for review and unboxing. This is a special pen that I bought at the London Pen Show in March 2023. I say a special pen, I'd seen this pen in October 22 and it was a pen that I wanted, but the price was a little bit high and I decided I would leave it. So I think let's unbox this pen and you're going to see why I bought this pen. So if I unbox this pen, this was a pen on the Twico stand, which is, if you're not aware, the Twico is a company formed by John Twiss, who's a custom pen maker, and Vince Coates, who runs the Northumbrian Pen Company and also the Turner's Workshop in the UK. So this was a pen on their table that I had seen. Comes in this lovely wood box here. And if I lift the lid, you will see why I purchased this. This is clearly a Urushi pen. And if you have watched a lot of my videos, you will know that I like Urushi. And this is a pen that really spoke out to me. It looks like one of the dragons that has actually been hand painted onto a Namiki Emperor. The quality of this Urushi work, the Maki-e work, is absolutely insane. And the reason why I passed this by in October 22 at the London Pen Show was that there was no name of the pen maker or the artisan, and it has just a regular 18 karat gold Yovo nib on it. So I kind of felt that the price point on the pen was a little bit maybe high for an unbranded style of pen. But this was a pen, I spoke to John Twiss and Vince and Coates that this was a pen that they had commissioned. They had 10 of these made. One in this lovely green dragon and one in a red dragon. And so it's a limited edition number of 10 pens. And I managed to pick this one up. Now, I decided to pick up the prototype. And the reason being was that I wasn't looking to spend much money at the pen show. And I wasn't actually looking really to buy any pen, but I decided when I actually noticed that both Vince and John had the prototypes, which are the only difference. Well, there's three differences. The first being that it's not a numbered edition, so it hasn't got the number engraved onto the pen. The second, it doesn't have the artist name. But the third was that it was actually half the price of the numbered edition. And I thought I would not be able to just pick up one of these. The green and the red dragon ones are a sibling, a set of siblings. And I thought I would have to just pick up both of them. So at that point, realizing that I could get these essentially for half the retail price of the limited edition versions, and these are the prototypes, I actually decided to go for the prototypes instead. So this is actually made by a Taiwanese person called Ho Ching. She goes by the name of Seishu, or Seishu, Seishu. And she has done collaborations with other people. She's done collaborations. She's actually interned and worked on, in 2019, Pelican fountain pens, making the Raden Greenway fountain pen. She's also exhibited a lot of lacquerware as well. She also helped make in 2018 the Pelican M800 Royal Gold Rawdon, which I also have. And she's also done other collaborations with Fine Writing International as well. So if you see any Urushi pens from Fine Writing International, then you will probably have seen some of her work. She also apprenticeshiped, and she's been creating work for herself for the last few years. She started her apprenticeship with the Japanese lacquer master Yamazaki Mushu from 2017, but has since become an independent lacquer artist, and her name is Seishu, and that was in April 2020. This pen and the other Red Dragon pen was commissioned in 2018, and this actually arrived in 2022, I believe. At least that's when I saw it first at the London Pen Show in October 2022. But you can see here, this is a really beautiful dragon. Absolutely amazing. You can see some Rawdon there, abalone shell in the dragon's eyes, and you can see its tongue there, the red tongue. It really is a beautiful work of art, and you can see that's why I actually fell in love with it. And you can even see like a fireball there, glittering fireball. It really is quite stunning, and you can even see like the wind there as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful Maki-e pen, and so glad I was able to pick this up at the London Pen Show. It's not the numbered edition, but it is the prototype, and sometimes even the prototypes can actually sell for more. The numbered edition would actually have the signature here on the section. This has a number 6 size, and this is a 14 karat gold medium nib there that you can see, but that really is quite nice, and you just have the plastic feed there. But it is actually a really good size in my hand. You cannot post the cap, it's not designed to do so, and if you know me, I'm not a cap poster anyway, so that doesn't bother me in any way, but this really is quite a beautiful, beautiful pen. So again, I'm so glad I was able to add this to my collection. Now, the backstory of this is that I wasn't planning on getting a pen, but I did look at my October 22 video ahead of the pen show, took a couple of screen grabs or photos, just in case I wanted to see them there and just work out that they were the same pens. I went into the show at 7:30 in the morning when all of the other vendors were setting up shop. And I get in early because I am the official videographer of the show. And I went around and I videoed all of the name places on each of the tables so that I know who is where for when I edit my videos later. I then went to John Twist's table, saw these there, saw the full price version of this, then saw the half price version, and I went from actually being a very calm and collect Dr. Jekyll to an insanely manic Mr. Hyde, whipping out the credit card and handing it over, because I just knew that I had to get this pen. If I bought the numbered edition, then it would have been great, but I would have only been able to afford one pen, and then I would have waited until October, and probably the other pens would have sold. So I decided that I would get the prototype versions, and it doesn't bother me that it's not a numbered edition. It's the artwork and the pen that really makes a difference to me. So glad I was able to add this pen to my collection. Beautiful pen. I love Urushi. So for me, that was really good. So I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison. Then we'll do a writing sample. So the length of this pen, we are looking at about 153 millimeters in length. The length of the cap is 67 millimeters in length. So that's quite a long pen. And then the length of the body, we are looking at, to the tip of the nib, about 140 millimeters. So this is actually quite a long pen, and you can see that there in the size of my hand. It is actually quite a long pen. It is made of ebonite. Most Urushi pens are. It does have a cartridge converter, and I have inked this pen up already. I couldn't contain myself. I put a nice green ink in here as well. So that is inked up. So I think with that, let's do a weight check as well. Now, I'm going to have to try and stop this from rolling because it is going to roll. Oh, maybe it won't. The weight of the full pen inked up is 36 grams in weight. See if we can balance the cap. It's just over 10.5 grams in weight. And I'm pretty sure that the pen might roll, but let's... there we go. Just over 25.5 grams in weight. So that's not bad for a Urushi pen. What I do want to show you, though, as well, is that like a lot of pens, this has a spring-loaded clutch mechanism. So you have to push in and twist, because if you just twist, it's not going to do anything. So you push in and twist. But you'll also notice that this pattern lines up every single time. So this is really beautiful. So for me, that is a really, really beautiful pen. So I think let's now do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Tatcha Miyabi Winter's Breath. We have a Tatcha Miyabi Empress Winter's Breath. We have a Danny Trio, and this is the Ancient Dragon. We have a Danny Trio, and this is the Moonlit Grass. We have a Danny Trio Chinkin. We have a Seishu Twico Dragon Pen. We have a Urushi Studios India Xiphos R. We have another Tatcha Miyabi, but this is in the Akatamanuri Earth. We have a Nakaya Long Cigar in the Toki Tamanuri, and we have a Nakaya Long Cigar in the Heki Tamanuri. So I think let's go and do a writing sample. So this is the Twico, and it is the Seishu Dragon in green, and it is a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold Yovo nib. Now the ink in here, I decided to ink it up with KWZ, and this was grass green, which is quite a nice darker green, which I think actually complements the green on the dragon there. Now, in terms of line variation, you'll see here it is about a Western medium. I can push that nib a little bit harder and get a broad out of it. This nib writes absolutely beautifully. Now, I don't know if this nib was tuned by John Soroka, but this really is a beautiful nib. Now, in terms of the ink wetness, I think you're going to see that this is quite a wet ink and a wet nib. And then if I do the cross pass here, it is a wet nib. It's almost bordering on a fire hose nib. It's not quite there, but I would say that I'm actually very happy with how wet that nib writes. So what do I like, what do I not like about this pen? I absolutely love this pen. It's a Urushi pen. It's a Maki-e. It's the artist, Seishu. Her name is Ho Ching. She has an exquisite taste here in terms of doing this artwork on a pen. Doing artwork is bad enough. It's not easy, but doing it on a cylindrical pen is even more difficult. So I take my hat off to her. She has done a beautiful work of art here. What do I not like about the pen? There's nothing about this pen that I dislike. I did pick up the prototype. I could have picked up the numbered edition. I could have probably bought probably 2 of the numbered edition ones, but I very closely checked the prototype versus the non-prototype, the limited edition version. And other than the artist signature and other than the numbered edition, there was no difference to that pen. The artwork was still the same. I couldn't see any mistakes that sometimes you might see in a prototype or an artist proof. This is absolutely perfect. So I decided I would actually pick up the non-numbered edition, the prototype, and I'm glad I did. It was cheaper. I would say that maybe the downside to this is that the limited edition version retails at $17.50 UK pound. So for a relatively unknown brand and an relatively unknown artist, at this moment in time, it's probably a little bit on the high side. That said, it's a beautiful work of art, and I honestly think like her work is only going to get better and better over the following years and decades. So I'm sure this pen will appreciate in value over time. So that's my review of the Twico Seishu Dragon in green with a medium 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.